Hello and welcome. Today's project is all about the anxious personality, and the one I'm talking about today is generalizing. Now, for the next 4 videos that I'm going to be posting on my channel, they're going to be about the anxiety personality. I'm going to go over different ones. So, in this one, it's going to be generalizing. Now, someone who generalizes, they get bullied, and then they think, well, the world doesn't like me. People just don't like me. And they generalize. And, instead of going down a road where it's like maybe some of what the bully is saying is true. Maybe I do have to work on myself. Maybe there's parts of me that aren't serving me. Maybe I'm not all I could be. Maybe there's truth to what that person's saying. And I don't agree with bullying whatsoever, by the way. Or you can go down a road where it's like, well, people just don't like me. That person's right. I am the way I am, and I'm not going to change. So someone who generalizes, they develop this set mindset. And someone who generalizes, they think, well, I'm always going to be like this. I'm always going to feel this way, especially someone with health anxiety. I'm always going to feel this way. And they back themselves up into a corner. And then they build up these walls. And they stay inside those walls. And that's not the way to live, because what you want to do in life is to continue forward developing yourself, and to develop yourself you need to break down walls and then rebuild them. Break down those walls again and rebuild them. You need to continuously confront the failures, the flaws in yourself. Maybe you're not all you could be with this particular situation or in general. And so you need to confront those flaws, and they're hard to confront. That's why a lot of people don't do them. And you need to confront them, and you need to say, well, what can I do to improve in this area? Someone who generalizes, when they have a panic attack, they fear the judgments of other people. And so, everyone thinks I'm nuts. I'm going crazy. Everyone thinks I'm acting weird. And then what happens is they avoid those public places because they don't want to confront that situation, those fears. And someone with anxiety, you can see that they're people pleasers, that they want to feel accepted, they want to feel wanted. And I was a people pleaser. I was worried about what other people thought of me, rather than really internally figuring out my own self. What really makes me happy? What really makes me feel fulfilled? What is meaning in my life? And I was just going around, with this false identity. It wasn't even me. It was just, what pleases you, and I'm going to do that thing so I can be that person and feel accepted. And so I developed this victim mentality. I wanted to feel accepted. I wanted to fit in with society and fit in with my classmates, fit in with the coworkers, and just say what you want to hear rather than what I really believe. I didn't have my own belief system. I didn't have my own firm foundation to stand on. I was just a puppet of society. And when someone says, Brad, no one likes me, I'll go, okay, no one likes you? So if I contacted everybody that has ever known you, not one person is going to say they like you. And the person will go, well, maybe one person. That's a lot of people. I've known hundreds and hundreds of people in my life, and I'd go, well, yeah, you've known thousands, and not one of those thousands of people have, they don't like you. Not even the clerk at the store. So it's people who generalize, they're in this cage. They're in this set mindset. And so is it possible that if you don't change, people aren't going to like you? it's possible. Let's add some fuel to the fire. Fuel that, you should change. You know, if you don't change, maybe you're going to lose friendships. Maybe you're going to lose any relationships in your life. People may not like you because you're dependent upon them, and you have this weight, this load that is weighing other people down. So you have to look at that as well and attach fuel to, well, that's a good reason to change. And so somebody who generalizes, they use words such as always, never, everyone, no one, can't, forever, won't. And you can tell, like, it's obvious. Are you the one who are using these words, or do you find that you're around people who use these words? And when you're around these people who use these words, you can't really, it's hard to combat their arguments, because, like, forever, really? Well, how am I gonna fight you on that one? Like, you're pretty set, and it's set in stone for you. And so you can tell that they have these poor beliefs. They're set with these beliefs, and it's difficult to shift that person's beliefs, but you can shift them. It's about seeing things from a different perspective. And that brings me to, how can you detach yourself and break this bad habit of generalizing? The first thing is to have a vision of your ideal future self. Have a vision. In my room, I have a vision board of all of my role models. I set up a board, I printed out my role models and put them on the board, and I put the people that I want to be around. I put the places where I want to visit to travel in my future. So I put that on the board, and I can see it every day, and my unconscious sees it every day. And these are the people that I want to be like. I want to become them. I want to talk like them. I want to speak like them. I want to live like them. And so have a vision of what your ideal future and your future self looks like, so you can gradually move yourself in that direction and get out of that set mindset, that box that you might have constructed over a long period of time. Because I constructed that box for a long time. My whole life I developed this victim mentality. So develop a vision and attach a lot of pain to staying where you are, and then a lot of pleasure to the person you could be. Now, the next thing is develop new habits. So someone who generalizes, they act out these beliefs, these poor beliefs. Because when you cheat yourself and you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it, well, you're just supporting that anxious identity. You're just supporting the set mindset. If you cheat your diet, what you're saying is, well, this is not working, and or I'm just set in my old ways of eating. That's what happens when you cheat your diet. And so when you're cheating yourself, when you're lying to yourself, you're really you're acting out the beliefs that are keeping you stuck in that anxious identity. Now, changing your self-talk is the next one. So when you continue acting out the victim mentality, you're going to develop bad self-talk, because you're constantly lying to yourself. You know deep down that what you're doing is not serving you and that it's wrong, but you continue to do it, and then you develop this self-talk which is poor, and then you start to view yourself as the victim, view yourself as weak-minded, and definitely that is the case. And when you start to act out new habits, you have to prove to yourself that you are strong. You have to prove to yourself that you can get out of the state you're in. So you have to prove to yourself. Prove to yourself that you are braver than you are. You have more strength than you already have. And then once you find out that you do have more strength, that you can achieve these small goals, that you can become that ideal you, your self-talk will shift, because you have to prove to yourself that you are strong, that you're brave, that you are capable. And so if you're still acting out the victim personality, if you're still going around engaging in habits you know to be wrong, hanging out with those negative friends, eating those junk foods, smoking weed, playing video games, sitting in your mother's basement eating Cheetos and feeling worthless, and of course you're going to have that self-talk. It's going to come. You're going to have that poor self-talk that's going to spiral you down into a hole. And so you have to engage in things that promote your higher self. You have to work towards something. And then once you prove to yourself that you can achieve these things, well, your self-talk will automatically shift, because you're going to have more self-respect. Having that victim mentality, those people, my old self, I was in this set mindset. I had no self-respect. And I needed to develop that self-respect. And that's when the recovery process began. I needed to venture off into the unknown and confront my fears, to break outside of the box. And once I did that, I started to view myself differently. Oh, I am stronger than I look. Oh, I am braver than I look. And that happens when we step out of our comfort zones, when we confront that panic, when we confront those anxiety situations. If you're avoiding that get together, go to that get together and face your fears. And that'll bring me into the next week's video, when I talk about uncomfortable situations and exploring and going out into the unknown and doing things that make you uncomfortable. So that'll be next week's video. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Please subscribe and make sure you leave a comment. Any questions that you have, anything that I've missed, any words that that a person who generalizes has, please leave your comment below, and I'll be sure to include them in the next video. And lastly, do not let anxiety define who you are. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell so that whenever a new video of mine appears, you will be the first to know. Namaste.